We've all been taught to follow the rules, and that's a good thing if you're a beginner in the workshop, because safety rules give you a foundation to be able to start building your skills off of, and when those skills are built, you'll gain an intuition whether a certain situation is dangerous or not. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 core rules that work across any workshop, and that'll start giving you a foundation to start building confidence around tools and around the workshop. And if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you when not to follow those rules. These 5 rules are just a general set of safety guidelines that work across many different workshops, whether wood shop or machine shop. They'll work in most settings. They're not exactly specific to a certain machine or a certain type of process like welding or lifting heavy objects or anything like that. They're just a general set of rules that you can follow as a beginner to keep you safe in most situations. You'll still have to learn some situational awareness, but these rules will give you the foundation to begin to learn that situational awareness. And that's really when you're the most safe, is when you can gain that awareness of the dangers that are around you, and you don't take them casually or carelessly. Sometimes as a beginner you can be a little cavalier, you can rush into things too fast, and so it's good to fall back on these safety rules and to be able to follow them in certain situations. The number 1 safety rule out there is to wear safety glasses or prescription glasses like what I wear with these little side guards that go on the sides like this. I wear these in the machine shops all the time because I really can't see close up without these, and I don't want to pay for a prescription pair of safety glasses. So wearing side guards on prescription glasses is perfectly okay. If you don't have to wear glasses, wear a good set of safety glasses. Now, people wear goggles out there. I do not like goggles. They fog up and they really get dusty and dirty pretty quick. And so I've always just wore safety glasses. And you want to wear these anytime that there's any kind of flying debris, obviously, that can get in your eyes. And it's a good thing to wear them in those kind of situations. I had a situation a couple of years ago where I was doing some soldering on some aircraft grounding harnesses, and I looked at my I was wearing the glasses with the side shields at the time. I looked at the glasses and there was a spot of solder that would have flew right into my eye, but it was stuck to my glasses. So that kind of cemented safety glasses in my head. Because you often think, well, I'm in the shop, I'll be fine, you know, I can, you know, avoid things that are flying, but you know, it happens faster than you think. And it's just a really good idea to be extra diligent about protecting your eyes when the situation calls for it. Number 2 is wear hearing protection. And this is something that I've been pretty diligent about in my shop for years. I started having a little bit of hearing damage, so I've worn these pretty religiously around any kind of loud noises. So you want to wear either earplugs, like these little foam ones, these are disposable, or over the ear. These are the ones I wear just because they're probably the most comfortable, and these are kind of hard to get into your ear. You have to roll them up and stick them in, and they get kind of nasty. So I've always just worn over the ear hearing protection. And you want to wear these with any kind of loud noises or sustained noises. All the machinery that are in shops all have, you know, high-pitched, relentless noises, and you want to protect yourself as much as possible from that, because once you lose your hearing, it never really kind of comes back, and it's just kind of a slow progression. So you want to protect your hearing as much as possible. And I even wear these while just vacuuming the shop, just because, I mean, day after day after day of vacuuming, it's going to take a toll on your ears. Number 3 is keep your hands clear of any kind of spinning or moving tool until it comes to a complete stop. This is one that I am absolutely a stickler on, especially on the table saw. I have what's called a 4-inch rule around my table saw, and that means that I don't get my hands closer than 4 inches from that saw blade until it comes to an absolute complete stop. And this will keep you from getting tangled up in some really nasty blades or cutters. Just take the extra time, let the tool spin down and come to a complete stop before you get your hands near that blade or that cutter head. It will save your fingers, it will save yourself a trip to the emergency room. Number 4 is always clamp or secure your work when it can move unexpectedly. Meaning, if you're drilling something, a piece of wood or something on the drill press, and it's kind of little and you got your hand on it and you're using a drill bit and you're going down, the second that drill bit catches on that wood, it's going to spin the wood in your hand, and it's either going to cut you or wrap your hand around the drill bit, and neither one is good. So take the extra time and, you know, clamp it down with a wood clamp like this one. This is a good all-purpose clamp. I use them for everything around the shop. Or if it's metal, you can, you know, clamp it down with the C-clamp. But clamp down anything that can just move on you. And that even goes when you're a beginner and you may be even using a handsaw on just a piece of wood and you're holding it down and you're sawing. Clamp it down. And that way you can free up your hand and get your other hand out of the way, and you can just saw with your good hand, and you know, you don't have to worry about cutting yourself. So always clamp down things, take the extra time, and it's a really good habit to get into, because things will spin and things will get out of hand, and usually you get cut. Number 5 is avoid loose clothing, gloves, or items that can get caught in machinery. This one can kind of sneak up on you, because this can be dangerous around certain pieces of machinery, especially the lathe. And if it gets caught in the lathe, you are going to be wrapped around that lathe, because it will not stop. And so a lot of people think they're being safe by using gloves like this, or these kind of gloves here. These are my favorites. But wearing these around a lathe or any kind of machinery that it can get caught in will only drag your hand in, and you will most likely get very seriously hurt. So always push up your sleeves or wear short sleeves, roll your sleeves up, take back long hair. If you got long hair, put it up in a cap or, you know, in a ponytail or whatever. Get it out of the way. Anything that can get caught in the machinery, and especially a ring like my ring, a titanium ring of all things. This can get caught and is a hazard around certain machinery, and I'll take it off when I'm working on the lathe. So be sure to secure any kind of loose items, necklace, or whatever around any kind of machinery or moving objects, spinning objects. It'll keep you really safe, and that's a really good general safety rule. These 5 rules will give you a foundation to start working confidently in the workshop, and they'll keep you safe most of the time if you follow them. However, you know, the 80% of the time you'll be good, but there's a 20% of the time out there that you will need to gain an awareness of your situation to be able to improvise on your safety and to, you know, pick and choose safety equipment as you need. Because safety rules train your awareness, and that awareness creates the safety. There are certain times where you will need to bend the rules, so to speak. Like if you're cutting on something that is just very dusty, kicks up a lot of dust, it may not be a good idea to wear safety glasses. You know, if you're only cutting for 2 minutes and you fog up your glasses with fine dust and you really got to maintain control of that tool, it's a good idea to just set the glasses aside, make the cut. But that is up to your discretion and your assessment of your situation out there. And if you have a weird safety rule out there like that, you know, a certain situation that seems counterintuitive, drop it in the comments and share with us what your insight is on this kind of a situation. So I hope this gives you a start on your safety awareness in your shop, and that you don't stop there. Don't just rely on you know, personal protective equipment, PPE. Don't just rely on it, because it's your awareness that'll keep you the safest in the shop. So I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.